since my year of being involved in this company, or just over a year. And he's a top guy. I really got to know him in a leadership event over in Cancun, and he's a right good crack and a real good laugh. But, you know, having said all of that, this he's quite a legend. He looks older than he is, but he's literally been involved in this industry from the age of 17. He actually dropped out of uni, and he's been doing it now nine years. Now, he is a significant leader in this company to the point that he's got thousands of people in his organization in multiple countries all around the world. Now, basically, he's been mentored by pretty much the world best, right? So people like Bob Proctor, Matt Morris, and up until this point right now, we've got some incredible leaders in our company. Johnny Wimbry, who was just on a call earlier, he's our mentor and is did a stonking call. So Matt's got a high bar to follow with this one, but he does it well. He does it really, really good. But also not forgetting Mr. Alton Buggs himself, the absolute pinnacle of this industry. He is, you know, a mentor to our company and taking this company and breaking every record pretty much ever set by a lot of companies. So he's moving the bar, totally moving the bar, and this will be explained to you in a big manner. Now, every single person on this call, just by listening to this, you're going to have a massive benefit, even if you think that this business isn't for you, which is absolutely fine. You're here to gain information. But just by whoever has invited you to this call, get a link off them. Because if you're in America right now, we'll save you money. If you're anywhere in the world right now, we'll save you money. But in America, you can save on, you know, many different things, right? So, but yeah, that'll be explained anyway as we go through this. But whatever happens, get that link off that person who invited you, because that's going to be a massive benefit for you. Anyway, guys, no further ado, enough waffle from me. I'm going to let Matt Richie take this away and rock the house, bro. Awesome, man.
Thank you so much, Rob. Super excited to be here. Before I do get started, guys, just put in the comments, you know, where you're tuning in from. I know Curtis and Rob put this together, and Curtis is in Australia. We got Rob in the UK, and some of them have been up since 2 a.m. And some of you guys, it's like midnight. Some of you, it's 3 p.m. where I live in Canada. So let us know where you're tuning in from. We're super excited to be doing this call all around the world. And what I want to just say before we do get started is, you know, thank you, Rob and Curtis, for setting up this Boomathon today, because a lot of you guys that are on this call, you know, we wouldn't have had this experience of having back-to-back calls every 2 hours for you to plug in, get started today, and show some of your friends and family right away what we have. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, Curtis, for putting this together. I know everybody appreciates you for it. And for those of you on the call, you guys couldn't be in better hands. You know, Rob and Curtis right now, these two are absolutely crushing it. I know I've been watching them, and like right now, the company, you know, we're all in a really good kind of momentum phase for January, where we're excited to kick this off the ground. But if you guys are on this call specifically, we always say there's a right time, a right place, but you got to be aware of it. I am going to do my best to give you guys that awareness today, because you could not be on a better call with a better team, being in the hands of Curtis and Rob and everyone else who's invited you guys on this call today. So before I do kick off into the information in the presentation and showing you guys this opportunity and why we're all excited, I just want to share just quickly a little bit of my story. I don't normally actually share this, and I'm pretty sure most of the people on this call haven't actually heard this, but I just thought it kind of resonates with the new year right now, because those of you who haven't realized, we're going through a global pandemic right now. And yes, you know, we had COVID start in the end of 2019. 2020 was a very interesting year, but it kind of flipped certain people's lives upside down. You know, some people lost their jobs. Some people actually got sick and weren't able to work their jobs. And, you know, it's very nice to have a plan B. And what we're going to share with you guys tonight is a plan B, or something that you can start to build so that if anything ever pops up in your life, you can take care of yourself. You can take care of your friends and your family. And the reason that I'm sharing that is, as Rob mentioned, I got into the network marketing industry about 9 years ago when I was 17 years old. And I know I probably look 17 now, but I just shaved my face literally this morning. So I did look a little bit older yesterday, but I started the industry when I was 17 years old. And I was very fortunate to get involved. I actually went to Laurier, which was just a university out here in Canada, for business. And the reason that I went to a business school is I did want to start my own business, but I had no idea how to. So I started learning through books and studies. And about halfway through my first year university, one of my best friends at the time reached out to me and said, "Hey, Matt, you're in business. I've got an amazing network marketing or affiliate marketing opportunity. You should check it out. Instead of studying for 4 years just to get to a point where you can maybe start your own business, why not start one now while you're studying? So I got involved in the network marketing industry. It was a health and wellness company at the time 8 years ago. Super, super excited. Had no idea what I was doing, but because I was excited, I just started plugging people in. And in my first 2 months, I was very fortunate enough that I built my business into a six-figure paying residual income, which I had no idea that I had even done. And that kind of set me up over the next 9 years to not have to work a job the rest of my life, be able to kind of live life on my own terms, and kind of just travel and help build teams all around the world, like Rob said, thousands of people, and help people live their life on their own terms. But the reason I wanted to share this with you guys is it wasn't really to boast. It was more to say people go through tough times. And about 3 years ago, I actually got very, very sick during my network marketing career, where I couldn't really work. I had to take some time off from the business. And had I been working a normal job, I might not have been able to float myself. It was about a year to a year and a half where I was very, very ill, and I had to just focus on myself. And I want to attest this to what you guys are seeing tonight, because being in an industry like network marketing, where you can build a true residual income, I was able to really focus on myself, get myself back healthy to where I was supposed to be, and not worry about the stresses of working and money, and take care of myself to get back to a point for 2020 where I could actually build my business and start taking care of others again. So I really wanted to share that with you guys, because if you're looking at this today and what we're about to share with you, this could be an opportunity that you build very part-time for a little bit while you're doing your life. And down the road, it could definitely come in handy, help take care of you, and help basically take care of your families, their families, and so on. And we're going to show you guys tonight how you can do that. So what I'm going to do is share my screen here, show you this amazing opportunity that we have, and then hopefully all of you guys are going to be excited to get started with us. So as I share my screen here, please just give me a thumbs up if you guys can see everything okay, and we will get this presentation rocking for you. Oh, there we go. Thumbs up. Everything looks great. Perfect. So what you guys are looking at today is a new opportunity in the affiliate marketing, network marketing space. It is called Ibuumerang. Super, super cool name. The reason that we named it Ibuumerang is, for those of you that don't know, what does a boomerang do when you throw it back? You throw it out, comes right back to you. And the whole concept of our company is we throw out goodwill, not with the intention of it coming back, but you guys know how karma works. If you just keep giving out goodwill, it's eventually going to come right back to you. And that's kind of why I got excited about this company, because over the last 8 years of being in the industry, I've never really seen a company like this that has given back the way they have. And it's because of the philosophy of the free membership that we give out. Now, I'm not going to explain what that is yet. I'm about to get into that in a little bit later. But before we get into how we give out a free technology, we want you to know, with a disclaimer here, I'm going to go over a lot of exciting things tonight. We're going to go over a couple different ways that you guys can make money, a couple ways to give out a free technology to make money, a way to build a team and leverage off each other. There's so much we're going to go through, but this disclaimer is very important, just to remind you that you get out of it what you put into it, guys. If you work really, really hard, you can, do very well with this and become very successful. But at the same time, if you sit on your butt and you don't do anything and we never see you again, obviously it's not a free ride. You're not just going to make millions of dollars sitting on your butt. So there is a plan. You got to follow it, and your success is based off of your own work and results. But, oh, here we go. The world is changing right now, guys. If this stat right here is kind of cool to see, it says by 2027, 86.5 million people will work whenever they want, wherever they want. So it's just going to show, as 2020 kind of hit, our world has really changed, and we've kind of driven ourselves into a home-based environment where it is acceptable to work at home now. A lot of us are on Zoom all day, every day. Some people like myself, we're in lockdown right now. We can't even leave the house. So it's actually recommended to work at home. So we're kind of shifting into that era where it is acceptable to work at home, and you can work when you want, plug in, kind of work on your own side business and generate that income, which is super, super excited. So what we're showing you guys tonight is kind of something new that's taking you into the new world from the old world. And the old world has always been about selling, sell, make as much money as you can, working 10 to 12 hours a day, being a workhorse so you can build up your wealth, working in one industry so you really commit to that and build that one stream of income, and then maybe retire, at the end of that really, really long work, kind of period that you went through. What we're trying to bring you into is the new world where you succeed, basically you can have success without selling. Now, I've never actually seen anything like that in the first 8 years of my career until we got into this, but being able to succeed without selling is phenomenal, because now it's not just about the people that know how to sell. It's about anyone in your organization, in your business. You can literally bring this to anyone at all, and they can just go out and share something, just like we did with Facebook, just like we did with Instagram, just like we did with Amazon, which a lot of you guys have. No one ever marketed that to you. There was never ads that got you to download or, be a member of those apps, but your friends and family and people shared it with you. So we're trying to move into that modern day era where we just share a piece of technology, the amazing Ibuumerang membership that we have, and your families get access to it. We're open in 192 countries. I think it's actually a couple more countries now, but when you look at that, that's almost globally. I think there's 208 countries in the world or something. We're literally almost in every country. And we just launched Ibuumerang 18 months ago in March 2019. And that was actually our beta. Our true actual launch was September 2019. So again, to be able to do that in such a short period of time, unheard of. If you go back and look at our numbers in 2020, we were one of the fastest growing home-based businesses in the world. And again, we were just in our first year. So this is super exciting to see what we're doing. Why are we number one? Because we got technology that works for you guys 24/7, and you get paid when your customer saves, not when they spend. So this is what really kind of opened my eyes up to, hey, we've got a new opportunity here. We're doing things differently, because it's always been about, especially in a marketing and affiliate marketing position, it's always been about how much money can I make or how much can I charge the customer so I can pay out the whole team. Well, we want to get away from that, make it more about the customer and say, how much money can I save that customer? And the more they save, the more you guys get paid. And that's why this opportunity is taking off right now, because we're doing something different. And why we're doing it different is we know customer expectations have changed, guys. They're looking for ongoing value now. They're looking for unique experiences, something that's personalized for them. To give you an example of something like this is Amazon. Have you guys ever been on Amazon? You go and look and it's recommending you all your favorite things, but then all of a sudden you go on maybe your brothers or your sisters or your moms or your dads or a friend's Amazon, and theirs is completely different than yours. Well, the reason is they have targeted marketing in an AI system that just builds up a profile on you, sees what you likes, and then markets it to you because they want to make sure that you're going to be happy if you're on the site. Well, that's kind of where, these types of companies are starting to go these days. We're trying to make it personalized for you, very geared towards the customer, not the sales rep, and making sure that you can have time, freedom, residual income, and just giving back. That's the whole philosophy of Ibuumerang. So yes, customer expectations have changed. Yesterday it was more about, the yesterday's world was, getting paid when you sell. We're bringing it into today's age, get paid when you help them save, which is super, super, super cool, super neat and exciting. And I'm going to show you kind of the man that kind of brought this whole concept into fruition for us, and then show you how it all works. So right here is the man, Mr. Holton Bugs. If you haven't heard of him, I'm going to stop for a minute, let you write his name down, write down Holton Bugs, maybe look into him after and really see what this man's doing, because he's an absolute legend in the network marketing world, but he's also just a legend in our company and what he's doing, because he's changing the game. And he has been number one before. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So if we go back here, you can see 1990. This is when Mr. Holton Bugs started his network marketing career. Now, 1990 to 1997, his first 7 years, he didn't make more than $500 a month residually. Now, residual income, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's where you work really, really hard for a period of time at something or put a lot of work in up front. Then you get paid over and over for the work that you already put in for the rest of your life. It's kind of like royalties. An easy way to kind of relate this to something would be when an artist or an author writes a book or a song. They write it once, then they get paid over and over for it. So Holton Bugs worked 7 years and only built his income up to less than $500 a month residually. That's not a lot of money to live off of. Most people after 7 years would probably go find a new job or something else to do. But he kept persisting and pushing on. 1997 to 2009, the next 12 years, he developed a success formula to achieve rapid success and was making multiple six figures. This is where it started to take off for him. And 2009 onwards, the last 10 years of his career, he earned, it was, I think, between 1.3 and $3.2 million a month averaging, which in total he was one of the, I think actually the only representative in the industry to ever earn over $100 million in a 10-year span. This is unheard of. And the reason that we want to share this with you guys is he is an absolute phenomenon in the industry of knowing what he's doing, but he also came from a position of where we are. Someone who's brand new on this call, who's just plugging in. Holton was there, you know, back in 1990 to 1997. It took him 7 years to even start to make any type of real good money. So if you're on this call, just know we have a CEO who's been at the lows, been at the highs, and he's here to really run with us and teach us the program of how to get where he is, because he's been exactly where we are. And it's very rare to see that in a company, because most of the time when CEOs start a company, they just start a company from money, from whatever it is, not from experience of being in the industry. So it's very rare that we have a CEO like this. And what did he do? He brought a team together of different professionals in their industry all together, and they made a team. And what our team did is they created a concept to make the future of business easier. This is the main thing that I want you guys to focus on. If there's anything that you listen to while I present, it is this PRIB, this little circle right here. This is what Ibuumerang is. This is what Holton spent so long creating, bringing a team in and getting all of us to promote, because this is something that can build generational wealth for you, your children, your children's children, and so on, because we actually have an AI system and a technology that builds your income for you now. So I'm going to kind of stop for a minute and explain what this is. What the PRIB is stands for Perpetual Residual Income Builder, or Permanent Retirement Income Builder is what we like to say. It's just technically an AI system that runs your business for you. It's going to take and track your customers, your reps, make sure they're happy, market things to them, and basically just run your business. So all your job is plug in customers, plug in representatives. The PRIB's going to take care of them and do the rest, and just keep exposing people to the amazing information and the amazing opportunity that we have. So what's the PRIB going to do for your customers? You plug in all your free customers. It's going to do the follow-up. It's going to do the selling. It's going to do the upselling and the cross-selling. So again, what we like to say is plug them in once, never talk to them again about the business. Just call in as a friend or family member, check in how they're doing, and catch up for like fun, lighthearted conversations. But your job is done once you plug them in. Then for your reps, the nice thing is it's going to do the welcome orientation, the training, upgrades, register for them for events, make sure they're in, retention to make sure they're happy to stay. Again, your job is plug in the rep. They're going to get a full orientation and training they go through, and they're going to be kind of guided by the PRIB on how to run their business. So again, this is a very part-time thing that you can just plug into, put a little bit of time in, plug some people in each day, and slowly build your wealth bigger and bigger, and let the PRIB also maximize that and grow it as well. Super exciting. So how do we get these customers into the PRIB? We keep talking about the PRIB, you know, how do we bring people into this technology? Well, we give out a free boomerang or a customer link, which I'll show you guys in a few slides from here. But what we want you to focus on for now is just understanding that your job is plug free customers into our technology in one of these 4 ways. You don't need to bring them in on all of them. You only need to choose one, whatever you feel they'll be most interested in, bring them in on that. And then our PRIB technology will slowly market them the rest of these and give them access to everything. So your job isn't tell them about everything. It's understand what I'm about to share with each one, and then find which one that they're going to love. So with these kind of, I was going to say, these 4 verticals, our first one was iGo. This was our travel membership. We did start with travel because we know that travel is fun, sexy, exciting. It brings in a lot of people. And last year it did $8.8 trillion, or sorry, 2019, it did $8.8 trillion. We obviously know with 2020, it slowed down a bit, but I have heard more and more talk of travel ever since 2021's hit. Everyone is itching and getting ready to just kind of get out of their house. So iGo will get ready to boom again, but we want you to know, just by using travel as a front door, we're about to show you guys 4 things tonight. And when I started this a year ago, we only had 1. And with that 1 vertical alone, just iGo, we had 1 million customers come in our first 18 months, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you look up Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, any of these companies that launched, they did not have more than 1 million customers in their first year or 2. It takes a long time to build the foundation of a company to get people to even see it. So to have 1 million customers in 18 months, this is absolutely amazing. And how we did it was with this iGo right here. So we're going to share with you guys our iGo, because this is kind of our front door to bringing everyone into Ibuumerang. But we want you to remember, we're not a travel company. We're a tech company. We just use travel as the front door because it brings a lot of people in, and then they can see everything that we have. So when giving out this iGo membership, you can give this out to your friends, family, anyone you want. You just share the iGo platform. They're going to get access to 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. So 5-star, 4-star, 4 diamond places, which are really high experience travel places at 3-star prices. So they'll get up to 35% off for free. You literally send them this link. They register for it. They get it for access for life. So it's not like a yearly thing they need to renew or whatever. Give it to them once, they're in, and they are good to go. Whenever they want to now go book, they'll go on Expedia, compare it to us. They'll go on our iGo. It'll show Expedia, Travelocity, all these other competitors. It'll show you what we have it for the night and what they have it for the night. And when you book it, you're going to get your booking confirmation, which shows you how many rewards credits you got. This gives you future travel for free, which is super cool. I actually use these programs all the time. And over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been on over 20 trips for free. So save your points, use this program. They're phenomenal. And it'll show you your savings, which is super cool. But the kind of main point, or what you guys are probably on here to look at, is the opportunity. How do we make money? Well, you give out these free travel memberships. Super simple to do. They register within probably 1 minute or less. They just put in first name, last name, email, phone number, good to go. It doesn't take that long. And now when they go and book on our travel platform, you're going to earn 50% of what they save. Not what they spend, what they save. And I know personally as a customer, whenever I'm going on a website, I'm always looking for the most savings. I'm like, how can I save $1,000? How can I save $2,000? Because it feels good when you save. So knowing this too, when your customers go on, they're going to be looking for the most savings. You can hook them up, look for, really good trips and be like, hey, I know my friend always goes to Mexico. There's an amazing Mexico deal. Send them that. They go and save $600. You just made $300 in your bank account. So the way that it works is every time anyone books travel through our website, you'll get 50% of what they save 30 days after they book their trip. So what we say is just go hand out free memberships. I like to do one a day. If you do one a day, that's 365 by the end of the year. Imagine next year how many people would travel through that and how much money you could make by giving something out for free. So again, as we bring these people in through the iGo membership, they're going to get access to the other 3 verticals that we have, as well as whenever you give one of these out, you might have the odd person that's like, hey, I might not travel for a couple weeks. I'm going to be traveling in 2 months, give me the membership then. What I always say is, and this is one thing that people should know is, definitely take the membership right now, because we actually are partnered with our Boom Foundation. And every time someone registers for one of these free links, we get to feed a child. So even if you're going to travel in 2 months, take the link now, we'll feed a child today and use it when you're ready. So this is a very good way to get people to use these memberships now, have access to it to go see everything that we have, and still feed a child with our Boom Foundation. So as I mentioned, we use iGo as a front door, but we've come out with several different things because our company is more of the PRIB. It's literally just a free membership savings platform where we're going to come out with new innovative technology, new innovative neat niche things all the time that you're going to get first access to and first to market. And one of those things that we came out with, super, super neat. It has something to do with smell, which is the strongest of the 5 senses. We came up with something in the aromatherapy kind of industry, and it's called Zents. And now what this is, it's super neat, super niche. You've probably never heard of it before. And again, if it's a little weird and you don't necessarily know what it is, don't worry. When I saw it, I thought it was very weird. And I also looked at myself and said, I would never wear it. And the funny thing is, this entire presentation, I've actually been wearing it. So just to go to show, this is what Zents is. If you feel like, hey, Matt's been a little energetic this presentation, a little high energy, it's because I actually have the Energize in. So it's getting me all fired up. But what it is it's essentially just a tiny little plastic nose ring, kind of like, I like how somebody explained this on a past call. It's kind of like headphones. If you flip them upside down, they're just headphones for your nose. So you put them in the exact same way that you would kind of put it on your ears, up in your nose. There's 2 little pods that doesn't touch your skin. So it's not a topical or a consumable like most essential oils that we have. It just sits in there, the pods. And as you breathe, it naturally releases the scents up into your nose. So this is a super cool thing because it's a set your mood wearable technology. So if you want to be in a good mood, energetic for the day, you put this in, you're feeling good. And the reason that we know these work is 1, we've tried them, but 2, smell is the strongest of the 5 senses. I want to remind you guys that have you ever walked in a room before and there's just a really bad smell and it turns you off? Like maybe I've had this before where my dog poops on the carpet. I get home and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then you're cleaning it up and it's like, you could be having a great day, but you smell something wrong and it just changes your state. And you're like, okay, I'm mad now. And it's like just something that quick can change your state. Imagine if you could set your mood every day when you wake up so that your state is in a great state and it can't be changed and you're ready to just go rock the day. That's one of the reasons we came out with this, as well as it's amazing for masks right now during COVID. Everyone's wearing masks at jobs. This can help with mask breath. It can help with congestion relief, really just kind of spice it up and give you a nice flavor or smell while you're doing it. and give you the benefits of what all these essential oils do. We have our lemon for clarity, concentration, and nausea, our energize for congestion, power, and energy, and then our lavender for relaxing, stress, and anxiety. So these are all amazing. Guys, we get these at a very cool cost rate that you can market, make a lot of money with, and the world has never seen it before. We are the only ones to market this. So you got access to something that's very niche and new. Oh, there we go. So that was the second vertical that we had. But when we started kind of travel, I go to bring people into our, Ibuumerang kind of concept and our company. We came out with a rideshare company as well, because we know when people get on trips, they're going to need to get from the airport to their place and back. We also know as business members that you guys are always traveling, or in the sense of a lot of the times we're going to business meetings or we're going to events, and a lot of the times we'll Uber or we'll Vibe or we'll take a ride share so that we can work on our business in the back. We know that coming out with our own rideshare company is very, very smart, as well as we're enhancing the rideshare industry because we want to make sure that we can do it a little bit better. So how we're doing that is with our Vibe Ride. Our slogan is #ChooseYourVibe. I actually got my Vibe shirt on right now. I got my Vibe hat on. I'm always wearing the Vibe gear. But essentially, the whole choose your vibe is you can set your mood before you get in the car by choosing the music, setting the temperature of the car. There's a feature called Girl Power where girl riders can request girl drivers. So it helps with security reasons now. And we're really just trying to enhance this thing so it's the best rideshare out there. But the reason why it's definitely going to take off is we're giving you guys a piece of the pie, in the sense that you go out and help us build this rideshare program right now. You get drivers, you get riders. Every time they go out and drive and ride, you're going to get a 3% referral off of every drive or every ride that person does for the rest of their life, just for sharing the platform with them. And it's going to be cheaper than any other rideshare platform out there. But here's the even more exciting part. We're coming out with mobility solutions. So as you're signing these drivers up and building a little bit of a foundation, long term, they're not just going to be transporting people, they're going to be able to transport products and services. I know we were looking at doing like medical supplies transferred from hospitals and stuff. So now these drivers are getting paid a lot more than just transporting a person, because they have a lot of cargo and things that they're bringing too. So this program is going to be super huge. It's on the App Store in most places where you are, so you can start to build kind of your referral base and get this going. But what we want you guys to know is this is brand new. Vibe Ride is in 2, I think maybe now 4 states in the US. We're just starting to bring it globally to, I believe, a couple countries in Europe, as well as Canada throughout 2021, and Mexico. So this is going to be going global. We want you guys to know that you're here before it goes global. Imagine being in a room, before Uber was all around the world, when they were in maybe 2 states or 1 country. That's mind blowing. You wouldn't even have heard of it then. So we are at a very, very ground floor stage where you can be here, and every time we launch it in a market, you can come to that market or online, go to that market and build and have a little bit of the pie just for being here at the start, which is super exciting. And we launched this in Texas back in February, and I was fortunate enough to fly to Texas, signed up 72 drivers, and I'm from Canada. So it just goes to show that if you guys are here now, as we launch this, our team will tell you where it's launching. You can take advantage of this and build this and literally own a little bit of Vibe all around the world, which is super cool. So the last thing that we're going to share with you guys tonight, what's going on with the presentation? Vertical wise tonight is Build Genius. Now, this is something that I'm excited about because, as I mentioned before, times are tough right now. We know with 2020, things were a little bit different. Some people lost their jobs. Some people, had to start new businesses, whatever it was. A lot of people are trying to save money right now. And if we can help them lower their bills, obviously people are going to be happy. I know a lot of the times we share these presentations with people, and these are people looking to make more money. But imagine if you could save money and make more money. It's obviously a win-win. You're going to do both. So what we decided to come out with back in 2020 was something called Build Genius. You can see the stat here in the US, 9 out of 10 people are overpaying on their bills. So why not help people lower those? We can save people on their TV, internet, phone, power, just basically any bill you can think of. How our system works is, as representatives, we throw out a boomerang, just like we do with our iGo. You send them the free travel membership, send them the free Build Genius membership. They'll go on our platform, upload their bills in 3 minutes or less. Once they go and upload all their bills, our Genius team will go out on their behalf, call all their providers, renegotiate their bills. Whatever savings they have, they pass 50% of the savings on to the customer, and 50% goes back to us and Build Genius as representatives. But the nice thing is if the customer doesn't save anything, and they don't pay anything. So they don't pay unless they save, and they only pay out of their savings. So this is a win-win, especially for everyone right now. Most people don't realize they're overpaying on their bills. So help your friends, your family, whoever you know, shoot these links out and they'll be able to save on their bills. Now, what we want you to know about this is this platform did come out in the US. So Bill Genius is in all 52 states in the US. I know this call is pretty global and we're all over in different countries. So we're going to be rolling Bill Genius out to a lot of the other countries very soon, especially in 2021. But again, we just launched this platform. So especially with social media and Zoom and the way that we can all communicate these days, take advantage of where this is, start sending out free links to everyone you know in the US until it gets to your country. And I promise you're going to be very excited with the returns and what you see just by helping people save on their monthly bills. So do you boomerang? Yes, I boomerang. Whole point of this slide is just to show you guys we are going to be a household name one day, whether it's 3, 5, 10 years from now. I believe it'll be in 3 to 5. People will know what iBoomerang is and use the jargon just like they do with Google. When you guys say, hey, did you Google it? We all know what that means, but for whatever reason, it's just a company name, and we now associate that to the word search. Did you Google it? Did you search it? Eventually, we'll be saying, do you boomerang? Do you have the boom? Are you in the crib? There's going to be so much jargon and lingo that you guys are going to hear, and we just want you to know you're here before you've even heard it all, which is super exciting. You're here at the ground floor stages. So how do we get all these customers in? You know, how do we get them in on Vibrite? How do we get them in on Bill Genius, on iGo? What we do is we send out a code via text or email. Basically, you just fill out their information, send it. It sends them a link, which is igoboom.com, and a 6-digit code that you guys have. So as a representative, we get our own code. You'll give them your own code. They'll register in 3 minutes, or probably 1 minute or less. Then they're activated and they're in the system for life. And as I mentioned before, we'll feed a child with our Boom Foundation. We've actually served over 6 million servings of nutrition just in our first 18 months, which is phenomenal. I know it'll be millions and millions long term. So what we want to remind you guys, though, is yes, we're plugging in all these customers through the QR codes. You're sending them boomerangs, you're signing up. But at the same time, you do want to build a team. And the whole kind of goal of iBoomerang is just plugging in ambassadors and customers into the Prib. The Prib's going to analyze them and do all the cross-selling for you. And then the Prib's going to send all the income and everything back to you, which is super, super exciting. So how do we get paid? All the different ways. This is just kind of showing you. I'm not going to go in depth with them, but basically we get 6 ways that we earn income with this opportunity. One's a referral bonus. Anytime you refer someone to the business, you're going to make some money. You got a direct customer bonus. Anytime you involve anyone through the customer routes and they use it, you're going to make money. We have our fast start accelerator bonus. This blew my mind because I've never seen anything like this, especially being in the industry full-time 9 years. This is hard to explain, but essentially you get a direct bonus 7 levels deep on anyone that you bring onto this business, which just means if you start a team and then they go out and start a team and they go out and start a team, any of the work that these people are doing, you're getting a direct commission every time a sale is made because you brought them on board. This is super cool, super team oriented, and it's a very good way to leverage a lot of your time where instead of you working your butt off all day, you can go build a team and they're going to be working with you and you guys are getting a lot of team bonuses. Our dual team bonus, as I just said, team bonus is going to be more based off of your upline as well as who you're being plugged in with. So I'm about to show you how you guys plug in as a representative here. But essentially, a lot of the work that we're doing as leaders, you're going to see above you come down. And essentially, you can make some money off of a team sales bonus by just working with us and plugging into our volume. Unilevel and leadership, you don't need to know about. Long term, we'll teach you all this. But the nice and exciting thing is there's 6 ways to earn income for you. And a lot of people, when they start a job, there's only one. So coming right out of the hop, you guys have 6 different ways to earn and 4 different customer ways to kind of approach that. Find one that you love, run with it, and you'll be able to succeed with this business. So how do you guys get started as a representative? It's a standby fee, $50 one time. We all pay this. This is normal. This is just a business licensing fee to get your spot on the tree. But also what most people don't realize is it normally costs thousands and thousands of dollars to start your own business, let alone thousands and thousands a month to run it when you see what we're giving you for the price that you guys are seeing here today. So this $50 just gets you on the team. It's more of a like standby in the sense of I'm just holding out, seeing what's going on until I'm ready to go. We know most of the people in this business call, you guys are ready to go. So you're either going to go coach, business, or first class. Now, I'm not going to fully get into all 3 packages. I'm just going to explain the first class package to you. It'll help you kind of understand the other 2. And we do not care which package you go with. Go with whatever package feels right. But our goal is to get you to first class as fast as possible. So if you start with one of the other two, we're going to come up with a plan for you to make money and get you to first class, because that's where you maximize your earning potential. And that's where things really take off with this business. So what do you get for first class? It's $1,000 one time. You never pay this again. You'll get your iGo platform. You'll get access to Vibe Rides, the Crib, Build Genius, everything I went through in the presentation. And to sign up all these free customers, you'll get 50 boomerangs. So you'll get 50 boomerangs to give out, free links to your friends and family, instead of 25 or 10. I know personally, if I could involve 50 people for free, I'd way rather hook up more people. So I went with the first class. You'll also get up to 20% off your dual team instead of 10% at coach, which just means you're making double the money off of the team sales volume and building this thing long term. So what I always tell people is, if you guys are looking to build this thing, if you're looking to make some extra money, go all in with the first class. It's going to maximize how much you can make and really set you off to run this thing right. If you don't have the money, start with the other two, and we are going to get you guys there. But with the first class, you get up to 70% off of all retail travel. So basically any flights, hotels, rental cars, cruises, everything that we went over in the presentation for travel, you'll get up to 70% off of as well. Because we want you to be a product of the product, be able to travel around, visit your teams long term, and really have fun with this thing. So on that note, those are the three packages. Usually here is where we kind of end off the presentation. We say you're one of three people. You're either a 3, hey Matt, this presentation was awesome, you got me fired up, but I just want to be a customer, I'm a little too busy right now, whatever it is, we're going to send you either the iGo, Build Genius, whatever you're looking for, let us know. But we want to plug you into this because we have some really exciting things coming out in February and so on that you're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to be in the Crib. If you're not a 3, you're a 2, I have questions. Awesome. Get back to the person who brought you guys on this call. We're going to get your questions answered and help you make an educated decision whether this thing's for you or not, because we want to make sure that you guys understand this and that you feel good so that you can plug in and run all out with us and really have fun with this thing this year. And if you're not 2, it just means you're 1 because you already had your questions answered, or this makes total sense. 1 is, shut up, Matt, so I can sign up. I'm ready to do this thing. I'm tired of you talking. This makes sense. Let's go. I'm hoping most of you guys are 1s. But what I want to do here is just kind of pass it back off to Rob, just to kind of end this presentation for you guys and let you guys know that you could not be on a better team. I know I said this at the start of the presentation, but Curtis and Rob, I've seen, over my 9-year career, I've seen a lot of different teams start up and really try to get things off the ground. And these two are on fire right now. They are really all in. I'm seeing them do 10 to 12 presentations a day. So you could not be in better hands if you're on this team. But at the same time, because they are doing what they're doing, we've got another call coming up here at 5 p.m. or at 4 p.m. CST. So in about an hour 20 from now, that you guys can plug your guests into. If you're a guest here now, you can get started with us. We'll get you started in the next 20, 30 minutes, answer your questions. And then again, you can invite some guests and get right on for the next call as well. But I want to thank you guys all for being on this call. I hope that the information was given to you properly. And I'm going to pass it back off to Rob to end the call for you guys.
Matt, that's absolutely incredible, brother. In fact, if you're not doing anything in about an hour, about an hour 20 from now, you can go again, bro, because you've set the bar again, man. We've got to try and compete with that. So, absolutely love it. And so Curtis and I are actually going to be doing a joint presentation, literally an hour 20 from now, as the time's already mentioned. And really, really appreciate every single one of you jumping on here and having a look at this. I see this personally as a no-brainer. I've actually used the platform myself 12 times and saved over $1,800, which has been absolutely epic. But it's not the travel I joined for. It's just the whole vision of this and where it's going. So listen, no further ado. Worst case scenario, just to emphasize this, if the business side of it doesn't intrigue you, or it's not for you, which is absolutely cool, 100% whoever has invited you to this call, get a link off them for Build Genius if you're in the States, and also for the iGo platform, because that will save you money guaranteed. All right, at some point in time, it'll save you money as soon as you get on it. All right, so that is a no-brainer. So apart from that, guys, I really appreciate your time to look at this. We're running this again at the time already mentioned, and we'll try and give as best value as we can. And Matt's just raised the bar again, so I'm going to brush up my presentation. But no, we're all good. We're all good. I do this in my sleep pretty much, so it's okay. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much for watching. And Curtis, you're an absolute legend, mate. We'll get on this and we'll go for it shortly. Cheers, folks.